I am being told that we are ready for Monolith by Squega. Take it away.
Hello guys, thank you once again for having me. I'm back, changed my shirt, all the good stuff, Monolith hype. And this is Monolith. It's a fantastic roguelike bullet hell, and it has a very arcade feel. And I grew up with shmups, and I love playing shmups in the arcade, and this really hit on all cylinders. And I hear that the hard mode incentive was met.
You're welcome.
Thank you. So it was met. We currently have the normal mode ship that you start off with selected, but we're going to go and modify and do the D13 ship. And D13 ship is harder, obviously, and we're doing hard mode. And we're going to be having pretty much in hard mode, everything shoots more, bullets go faster, bosses have more phases. There's a different final boss. It's way harder. So without further ado, let's do the countdown on 5. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And first thing, right out of the gate, we got some speed tech. That elevator usually takes about 5 seconds to get through. By mashing that space bar, you can get through it a lot faster. Plus, he picked up a care package immediately that gives him 2 extra health, I believe 15% extra damage, and some extra ammo as well.
And one little note I forgot to mention is I will be donating $10 for every to this charity for every hit I take in this game. So get ready for the big bucks. It's going to be an interesting ride.
Just so you know, in warm-ups, he hit 31.
Yep. Because I love charity, right?
What was that weapon? I missed the weapon you picked.
I picked up a revolver. Revolver piercing split, I believe. It's not the best weapon, but it's better than nothing to start off with.
This is a kind of an upgrade point. He's going to pick one of 3 here. We're hoping for fortune. Instead, we get... what is it called? The damage one?
Reserves.
Reserves.
Yeah. It's actually pretty good. It gives us 10% extra damage. If you open up the HUD right here, on top left, you see 125 and 140. That's in order. It's damage and ammo.
Yep. And 125 this early is not bad. Plus, we potentially could be getting more from that shop we saw back there. So as you can see, yeah, this is kind of a roguelike. It's not really like Isaac, but there's a lot of Isaac-like elements to it. There's like a hidden room that has to have at least 3 rooms surrounding it, stuff like that.
You might notice we're doing effectively a full clear. Probably the safest way to full clear this game, or not full clear, to actually do this marathon safe, is to do almost a full clear. We'll be doing full clearing as long as we need to, and then just kind of moving from there.
So this is going to be the first boss. It pulls from a random pool. This one, I forget who this is.
Oh yeah, this is in normal mode. This guy is really, really easy. So he is a little harder in hard mode. You do get a few extra bullets.
That wasn't too bad.
That's not too bad. And so whenever you beat a boss, you get 3 items there. You get 20% ammo back. You get health, 1 heart to heal up, and a bomb that you might have used. And those are pretty important.
So on every floor, there's going to be a number of mini-bosses. It increases by 1 every 2 floors, so this floor will also have 1 mini-boss, and you have to kill all the mini-bosses to unlock that final boss. You can't even start them until you have those properly unlocked. More damage.
I'm coming back for that, yeah.
Good.
So in the community, we call damage damage, and that was thanks to a good fellow member of the community named Paperlore. She was playing this game and went to hold on a second here. It's going to take me a minute. So she went to talk about doing damage, and she says that damage, and that rest is history.
The name was working.
Now we're going to do this finally. I was trying to get to this guy first without actually using a bomb, but you can't always do it.
You notice when he launched that bomb, he had some projectiles come out of it. There are different types of bombs in this game. There's the base bombs, and then there's bombs that do all kinds of things. Like there's a time bomb that does, it prevents enemies from shooting for a couple seconds. There's a bomb that causes fire damage. There's a bomb that freezes enemies. All kinds of different bombs. It's it's much better than, say, just eliminating all the bullets on your screen.
Crossbeam, you know what? Sure, let's give it a shot. So whenever you swap between weapons, you do get extra, like scrap money. You get money and health. And it does help, but you do have to be careful to balance your ammo on your weapons, or else you're going to go back to the pea shooter, the default gun. You'll lose your gun.
I see Fortune.
There we go. Fortune is excellent.
Fortune, basically what that does is that in some rooms you can get a bonus item. Fortune improves the quality of the bonus item. And of course, it's never the right thing that you need. When you need health, it gives you ammo. When you need ammo, it gives you damage. So, stuff like that.
Murphy's Law is strong.
It is. But generally, it's a good thing to pick up. Because over the course of the run, you usually get better items than any of the other options you can choose.
Yeah, and also, one important thing is that with Fortune, it actually allows you to start picking up damage as items as a regular item on the floor. We're not going to take that. That's just about it. Actually, let me check the shop one more time. And yeah, I almost forgot about this. That's kind of important.
Yes. So we got 14 health. It's a good start. Presence is the next boss. Kind of like this orb-shaped eye. He can be pretty annoying because he kind of will dance around the screen a couple times. It makes him hard to hit. Also has a couple of additional enemies you have to kill as well.
Yeah.
And that's it.
There we go. One of the easier bosses, he will actually become a regular enemy later on in the game, too.
So we're on the third floor now. This is the first floor. It's going to have 2 mini-bosses. And something also to note about the mini-boss, you see in the upper left corner is 100 right now, 99. That's his ammo count. And if your ammo ever reaches 0, you lose your weapon. It just goes away. You go back to your initial pea shooter, and you don't get it back.
Oops.
You'd have to either find another weapon or just run with the base weapon. What the mini-bosses will do is when you kill them, they will either give you a heart if you're not at full health, or an ammo refill if you are. So that's an extra incentive, not just the whole $10 per hit thing, to not take hits.
Exactly, yeah. Ooh, this is not terribly good. These power-ups are not the best. We just took discount. It's 33% off at shops, and it's okay.
Fortunately, Squega's been keeping a pretty good multiplier. I think you've only been hit twice this entire time.
Yeah, so you see, we max out at a 2.5 multiplier here, and it does help a lot to maintain it because you get a lot of extra money, and I'm able to afford stuff, and that way we have a 33% discount on shops, and that is very ideal. So normal mode, just to let you know, these enemies only shoot 1 bullet when they die. So in hard mode, they shoot 3, and it's always a bundle of fun. Another really cool mechanic is the slowdown of the music when you go in the water. It's a kind of a homage to NES games, so back when they couldn't process the game if you went in the water. We're going to actually grab these, and I'll wait on the bombs. We're going to be farming a lot of health because this game, especially for marathon safety, you're going to want to farm a lot of health. Yeah, we need to find. Oh, we have a key already.
Yeah, you just picked it up in the room.
Yeah, that's right.
The door was in.
Yeah, well, I was actually paying attention to what I was going to say. That's awesome. Okay, so, yeah, so the final boss can be insanely hard depending on how the floor goes and the pattern. It's when I first played this game, hard mode took me, I think, months to beat once.
I haven't even beaten it yet.
Yeah,
I've gotten to the last boss. I think I've gotten to the second phase, and I haven't gotten past that.
And then it took me, it took me. I put the game down for a year because I thought, okay, that's it. I don't think I could beat this game ever again like that. And yeah, then I started picking it up, and it's a tremendously fun game. And there's strats around everything. We have a lot of places to actually bomb. Here we go, secret room. Nice.
More ammo, very nice. Oh, this is annoying.
Not too bad. He'll teleport. This mini boss will teleport right where I'm at. I can just go here. Oh yeah. So one very important thing: those red bullets you just saw earlier, those do 2 damage. And
think of them like cursed bullets from like gun.
And if they hit me, I do a lot of ouchie. So it's very unfortunate that they even exist. But
does that count? Does that count as 2 hits or 1 hit?
That's your boss.
This is the Devourer.
He's hungry.
Yeah, he's hungry. He's got a 2-phase boss, and the first phase, you have to kill enough of these eyeballs. And why there's eyeballs coming out of this monster, I have no idea. But once you kill enough of them, the monster gets hungry and decides to swallow you. and then you have to fight some kind of weird organ, I don't know, inside of them, and it's a really weird fight. I'll just let the fight speak for itself.
And just to let you know, there are some cases where you think, oh, wow, you know, he barely dodged that, or it looked like it hit the ship. The hitbox on this ship is a single dot in the middle.
And that's
so it's
Devour.
very precise. Yep. Goodbye, Devour. We had good times. Now you're dead. So a lot of the levels, one of the things I like about this game is that a lot of levels have puzzle mechanics. They vary differently. They have different obstacles. Enemies appear in a different way, and they're set in a way to like challenge you every single time you enter a room. Sometimes you can get the same room, you know, multiple times in a row, but it's still very fun and challenging. I love it. Much like Binding of Isaac, same thing.
There's a lot of very common rooms that you see. But like you said, you can see rooms multiple times on the same floor. And then there's some rooms that you probably haven't even seen yet.
Yep. You know, I'm just going to grab this right now, because why not?
You can play for months and not see that room again.
And so I'm picking up health even though I'm at max. You see I get parts. And so I just got, for every 4 parts I pick up, I get 1 max health. So we're trying to farm a lot of health. We're pretty tanky already.
Yeah.
Typically I finish a run with between 21, like a really good run, with tons of health, charity. 21 to 25 health are already way in that range.
That's 20 health that you could be using as a resource for charity.
For charity. Direct relief of my savings account, right?
Very nice.
All right, mini boss gone. So yeah, think about mini bosses. There's a mechanic with them. Oops, charity. That where if you have full health when you kill one.
Yeah, I mentioned this.
Okay, yeah, okay, that's right. Sorry. I gotta do my best to focus on it, but it's very important to manage ammo. That's the main thing I wanted to get to. Is that if you have a good gun, not taking hits can really save your run, because you can have a good gun till the very end of the game.
And you've had this since the first floor, so this is not necessarily the best gun you could have gotten, but it's been working out really well so far.
I used to not like revolvers too much. I used to think they were just kind of meh when I first played, but some of them are really strong. We have a key. Not that one though. No. That's you know, Final Blast. You know, a Shadows to Vegeta, and and it's a decent gun, but that modifier works best on other versions of the gun.
Man, rip the garlic gun.
Ooh, this is kind of rough. We're gonna go with Blink.
Teleport, yeah. So now instead of dashing, he will instantly teleport a set distance away when he uses the dash ability. It makes for a different kind of dodge, which can throw you off if you're not ready for it.
Ooh, wow.
Oh
okay,
goodness. What are we at?
155% damage, which is very nice. And we already grabbed the item, the weapon. Reactor, yes.
Ooh. So Reactor is kind of special on D13 because this mode, it has 2 phases. So this is the Reactor, and it has a couple of ads you got to take care of. But mostly you're just shooting the eye in the middle. But then after this, you have to fight the Reactor core. And the game kind of like gives you a false sense of, hey, you did it, you won.
Oh, thank goodness I won. We're just going to go to the next floor.
Room.
Yeah, it's like,
wait
a minute.
And here's the core.
That's actually really tough to not get hit on this. Yep, there we go, like that. Usually you just have to react and immediately move because it is. There we go. Whew.
There we go.
Almost got hit there right before he died, so thank goodness. We already got everything in the shop. I'm going to grab the full ammo just in case.
Yeah, we have plenty of money. Look at that money count.
We're on 4-5,
39K.
right before the first, what a lot of players think is the main final boss. And actually, I'm not going to go for that ammo here.
Yeah, that was, you saw when we were doing Necrodancer, we had kind of a blood shop. That's the same concept. You're giving up max HP here for, I don't know if that was max HP or just
It's max, yeah.
Yeah, to pick up some special items. Like there's a full map in there. We saw a weapon in there, stuff like that. Back to 20 health.
Yep, trying to keep it as close to max as possible. The boss on this floor is considered extremely difficult with because it's a huge difficulty spike from all the other bosses. Even in normal mode, you run into the Overlord and you go, whoa, wait a second. It's way harder.
Yeah, a lot of players, when they meet the Overlord,
Overlord, yeah.
I get confused because I play a game called Overload. When you meet the Overlord for the first time, you really think it's a completely imbalanced fight. But the truth is, you just haven't seen the bullet patterns yet.
Yeah, so the thing about Overlord, almost got me saying Overload.
I know, I'm sorry.
Is that it's a very tough-looking boss, but it fires the same attacks in the same pattern. Oops. In the same order as well, and that's very easy to plan around.
Yes. Last boss, not so much.
All right, these guys are kind of annoying. They turn the walls into turrets, and we don't like that.
I personally don't like those enemies.
All right, we got a shop here. Shop is a little extra ammo. We have oh my goodness, we have tons of money. So we're gonna probably look around a little bit more. I want to find. We already got the power-up station. I want to check the weapon one more time on this floor, and I don't know where it is. That's kind of the problem. Oh, there it is. How convenient. Thank you, game.
Just had to hear us talk about it.
Oops. Yeah, that's a lot. Oh, that's a lot of crazy stuff. Charity. Every time I get hit now, that's my excuse.
That's $30.
All right. Nothing good.
Oh.
We're gonna have to run with this, which is not a big deal. Not terribly big. Look around for the secret room right now. Oh, actually, we're gonna go here. Get our power up first, and we get the second win perfect.
Oh,
Oh, we already got that, and I think, oh yeah, let's go wipe out our mini bosses and let's go fight the main boss.
I do want to point out that because he was at full ammo, when he picked up that ammo upgrade, instead of giving him full ammo again, it gave him a maximum ammo boost, so he's now at 200%. That's just been climbing up this entire game. 200 is pretty big.
As you can see, the revolver is actually pretty strong. It's kind of hard to use, but one of my favorites with the right combo. This one is slower firing, but it does a lot of damage.
This mini boss is a pain because he just teleports around. If you don't have a homing weapon, you just
yeah, it becomes quite a pain. So with that, we fight the Overlord. Here we go. There's no turning point at this, turning back at this point. Once you beat this boss, you have to go to the 6th floor or finish the run. So here is the Overlord. Big spike in difficulty. I'm going to need focus for a second here.
Yeah, you can see this guy means business right out of the gate. Ton of bullets coming right at you.
I would have died as soon as he did his first sneeze.
Oh. Oh, whoa. Charity hits.
This is the second phase. We'll get a different set of attacks.
And keep in mind, these attacks do happen in the same order, so you can always expect them every run.
Yes.
So if you ever want to learn the Overlord, just play it, and eventually you kind of memorize things. You go, oh, yeah, okay.
If you're used to normal mode, you automatically will notice a whole bunch of different things happen. Like those level 2 bullets there, the red bullets. Ooh.
Yeah, red bullets are
Those
rough.
don't exist in normal mode.
Yeah, but in general, the same attacks happen in normal mode. You can kind of plan around it. Use bombs here. I usually say bombs for this phase anyways. There we go.
And that's it. So we're on to the final floor in a moment.
Yeah, so the run at GDQ last year ended at 5th floor on normal, and now we're going to see the 6th floor, the mystical final floor, which,
Oh,
sorry.
this layout.
Yeah, I'm going to take that hit there. So that's always rough. I forget what that thing's called. It's like something. It's like a something engine, and when it explodes, it shoots a tremendous amount of bullets everywhere. Red bullets, regular bullets, just flames the whole works, and it's hard in close quarters to kind of dodge it.
This guy's a pain because he takes a beating, and then when he dies, he spits out a couple enemies.
Yeah, 3 for those guys. There's an upgraded version that spits out, I think, 5?
Yeah, that thing is worse.
Uh-oh.
Oh, I saw this room in practice. It wasn't pretty.
Okay, not too bad, actually. If I take one hit on this fight, it's okay. This is actually a mini-boss fight in earlier floors.
Yeah, Zone 1 has that mini-boss.
Ooh, we got to heal back, too. I'm going to save the weapon capsule here for later, because if I run out of my weapon and I can't get ammo up, I'm going to have to swap. But we have a fair amount of damage, and it's actually really nice. It saves us a lot of ammo.
And hey, the walls are attacking.
It's also big surprise. The first time you enter this floor, and you go, you kill everything on the in the room, and then the walls start fighting you. Nobody expects that. Like, I forget who said it. I think it might have been Mike Tyson, but, you know, everyone has a plan until you get punched in the face. And that's kind of what happens here.
That was, we mentioned Presence earlier as being a actual regular enemy and later enemy. This was the other guy you were talking about. Spits out 5.
Yeah, 5.
Yeah.
Nobody likes it. Wow, we have 165.
165.
That's a lot of damage.
That's
now,
a lot.
it's going to help a lot for the final boss here, which is going to be on this floor. All right, we're going to fight our first boss. Always a tough one. I want to maintain my health because if I don't maintain my health and I lose this gun, the final boss becomes suddenly a slightly harder fight. Okay, pretty hard, but it's this gun's pretty good. I want homing ideally for the Monolith fight, which is the final boss. Spoiler alert: if you don't want to spoil this game, I recommend you don't see probably past when I enter the boss room here.
Some tight down.
Yeah, luckily we were able to teleport out of that. Thank you, Blink. Ooh, I want
if you want a bomb.
I don't want the guns. I want the bombs. We're gonna sneak right past that.
That's
We're
a homing
good.
drill, but I don't think you want a drill.
They're very low damage against the Monolith. Yeah, they're very low damage. And drills are great because they do effectively phasing damage. Phasing is when that everything goes to the walls. So you can hide behind obstacles to attack enemies. It's really good for safety. But for some guns like the drill, I have to aim it.
That there, by the way, was another boss from Zone 1 called Guardian. He is significantly harder as a boss.
All right, let's see if we get the twins. Nope.
Nope, Twins will be the last boss. Or mini-boss, rather.
Nice, we got our ammo up, which is nice.
So this mini-boss, there's 2 separate entities that share a health pool and do some pretty devastating attacks.
Yeah, they're actually pretty tough. Oh, never mind.
And when you have that much damage, it doesn't matter.
I think we're good here. We have full health and everything, so let's go fight the Monolith. Here it comes. This is actually, I love the music here. I recommend you guys sit back and watch a little bit of it.
Shout-outs to Arc of Dream for this music.
He made the entire soundtrack. It's so good. And look, this is the normal mode chip.
And that's who you're fighting. So this is a 3-phase fight, and we're going to let the fight speak for itself. So we're into phase 2 now. You might be noticing some of these attacks look like some of the weapons that you can use in the game.
And keep in mind, all these attacks are randomized, that what he does. You know what they are, but...
This is not like Overload. Overload does the same attacks in the same order every time you fight him. This is completely random. And even those patterns are different. This is phase 3 where Monolith's gonna go a little crazy.
Luckily, he only has a couple of main attacks, or it only has a couple of main attacks in this phase, and it's not terribly hard. You kind of take a breather before you have to fight the final phase.
Yeah, this phase is kind of in 2 sections where he does attacks like this, and then this next section, this section is so cool.
You have to dodge these until you kill them. Can be kind of tricky. This is where it really tests your ability to know the hitbox on this game. And it usually kills a lot of players. Killed me like every time I got to it when I was new.
And
there we go. And time's going to be coming up once we go into the next room. I'll do some fireworks here. And time. All right, so let's see what the tally is. We're going to get, right when it goes to white screen, I'm going to skip. There's a nice, lovely ending. Recommend you go play the game, beat it, watch it.
I'm guessing 12.
Let's see what I get.
Counting. Oh,
18 hits.
That's more than 12.
It's not too bad. So, yeah, that's going to be my my donation amount. I'm going to round it up to 20 and make it 200. So I'm going to be doing that right after this run. So I had a tremendous amount of fun, guys. This game is fantastic. Many shout-outs to Team D13. It's like a 2-man team, right? It's a 2-man team, then Arc of Dream, who made the soundtrack, and they're really nice guys. I've talked to them many times, and they're working on a DLC for this game as well. It's going to add a ton of content, new bosses, new items, new weapons. This game by itself, it got released in 2017. It was $8. $8 on Steam. and it's just worth all the money, definitely. And it's still really cheap. So I recommend you guys check it out and play it. Learn it. There's so much to do. There's score running, speed running, many different categories. There are more than just 2 ships. There's a sword ship. You get swords. And then there's a...
that makes sense.
It actually sort of makes sense when you play it. There's a chaos ship where every room is a different weapon, and that's always fun.
That one's fun.
So, yeah, thank you once again. I'm Squega on all social media, twitch.tv/Squega, Twitter, YouTube. I'm still trying to get to the point where I can actually have a name on my YouTube account. And, yeah, thank you once again.